it all behind you. I said, take down everything that stands in your way. Don't stop believing it'll work out again, my friend. Stand out and be a part of everything good. Wake up, you're gonna be all that you should. Try out all the things you always wanted to be. You'll see, 'cause I know what I know, that you've got it in you, and I see that you are a winner.
This is a short little video that I thought I would make to Christians. I think you really need to look at this clip, because I think this will be just about as abrasive and jarring for you to see as it is for me to see. And I will just play the clip and you can see for yourself what I'm talking about.
That exists, you know, I mean, it's haram, and so why they're always, for example, focusing on Islam and not Judaism or Christianity, while suffer because of you?
The answer is very simple. Islam is the truth, and Christianity and Judaism are not the truth.
You notice the arrogance in the tone of voice? The declaration that Islam is true, and all those other religions, Christianity and Judaism, they're not true, but Islam is true. The blanket statement made here, just throw it out there. Well, this answer is simple. It's because Islam is true. We don't see any attempt to provide proof or evidence. We don't even see really any. He doesn't qualify his statement. He just says, well, it's true, that's why. It's true. The answer is simple. It's true. And you're just supposed to believe it, I suppose, based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. No testable evidence. Oh, those other things, those other religions, they're just full of crap. Islam, however, is true. Don't need to prove it. Don't need to justify it or qualify it or back it up with any kind of supporting evidence. Just, it's true. Take my word for it. It's true. We have a book. That makes it true. If it seems a little arrogant and jarring to you, Christian, imagine how it would feel to be an atheist, because that is exactly how it feels when Christians say that about Christianity. Oh, it's true. We believe in the truth. Well, we spread the truth of the gospel. Yeah. Everything else, all those other religions are false, but our religion is so true. You don't qualify it either. You don't produce evidence supporting testable, verifiable evidence to show that your claim is true any more than this guy does. And yet, not only do you tell atheists, oh, our belief is the only true belief and you need to follow it or you're going to go to hell, but you also tell people that there's dire consequences if they don't believe what you believe. Again, based on no evidence whatsoever, nothing testable, nothing verifiable. It's just, you throw it out there. Well, if you don't believe the way we do, you're going to die, you're going to go to hell. Guess what? Islam says the same thing. If you don't believe in Allah and Muhammad, you're going to go to hell. So what is an atheist to do? We've got these two cults, and they're both saying that they're true, and neither one of them bothers to support their claim. Neither one of them provides testable, verifiable evidence, and neither one of them makes any attempt to get that information, to get that evidence. They don't even see any need to try to get evidence to support their claim. It's just true. Well, you know, because we have a book that says so. Well, yeah, so does the other guy. Well, you know, we have our prophet who heard the word, the voice of God. Well, so does the other guy. Paul claims to have heard the voice of Jesus on the road to Damascus, or whatever the road is called. I think it was called Damascus. Maybe I'm wrong. It just popped into my head, so I said it. But Paul doesn't. Where's the proof that Paul was visited by the Spirit being Jesus? Which, by the way, was the only Jesus that Paul knew of. He only knew of the Spirit being Jesus. He never knew of a historical walking and talking Jesus. Paul was one of the early Christians, and he was around before they invented the historicized Jesus, before they decided to remake him and make him into a real person. So Paul basically is very much like Muhammad, or for that matter, Joseph Smith. All three of them claim to have this visitation, and you're just supposed to believe it. No evidence whatsoever to show it actually happened or that these spiritual beings exist. No testable, verifiable evidence. But it's true. And we're just going to declare it's true. And not only are we going to declare it's true, we're going to enforce the universe according to our cult on everybody else. Well, if you don't do this and this and this, you're going to go to hell, and you deserve to go to hell. And if you don't do this, you don't even know what right or wrong is. You have to actually believe in our belief system before you can know what right or wrong is. Based on what? Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? You have all these claims and you say this is the universe according to my religion, and yet you have no evidence or proof, and you don't make any attempts to get it. Now this guy who's making this claim, Islam, this is such a simple answer. Islam is truth. That's how you sound to atheists. That's how you probably sound to Muslims. Just as arrogant as this guy. You're both sitting there going, my belief is true. Neither one of you do anything to substantiate or back up your claim. Neither one of you. And yet, you judge everybody else based on this. You judge everybody. You see the world through this filter that is your holy book. You see the world through this, the universe according to Christianity, the universe according to Islam. Well, by the way, I guess every Muslim thinks that people should die if it says so in the book. So I'm sorry, there's no such thing as a religion of peace. But thanks for playing, Islam. Anyway, I just think that Christians need to look themselves in the mirror. They don't like the way this guy comes across, this pompous, arrogant twit who sits there and goes, and the answer is very simple. Islam is true. Christianity and Judaism, they're false, but our religion is true. You don't like how that sounds? Guess what? That's just how you sound. That's exactly how you sound. Look in the mirror. That is exactly how you look. That's exactly how you sound. And your claim is just as credible, or not, as theirs is. So, I'm sorry, being an atheist, I see you all as the same. You've got all these great claims that absolutely have there's nothing to back them up. So they're just claims. And I'm sorry. And then you put the word truth, you label that claim, and you call it truth with a capital T. It's truth. Oh yes? How do you know? Based on what exactly? Where is the evidence? Where is your proof? Should be testable. If something is as big as God, created the entire universe, he's that big, he must leave some kind of, he must somehow manifest in some way. There must be some tangible evidence for his existence somewhere, yet you don't even make the attempt to find it. Wonder why? Could it be that deep down inside you know it's not true? You're just clinging to this hope that you're not going to die one day. Because if you really believed it, you'd be looking for it. Something as big as the creator of the universe would leave some kind of evidence of himself. He would manifest himself somehow. Electricity does. That's invisible. Air does. That's invisible. Well, your God is invisible. How does he affect the universe? How does he affect the world that isn't explainable by nature? Oh, well, he made the sun to come up and go down. No, that's nature. Nature does that. Nature does that very well all by itself. Next. Show me something that God does that isn't explained by nature. How does he affect the world? If your God ceased to exist, which, by the way, if all the Bibles in the world suddenly were destroyed, Where would there be evidence for your God? If your God ceased to exist, what would the effect of that be on my day-to-day life, on the day-to-day processing that goes on the planet Earth as it turns in its orbit around the sun? How would the Earth be affected if God ceased to exist? How would the sun be affected if God ceased to exist? Now, if you're saying, well, they would all just disappear, well, then obviously there's something that's manifesting. It would have to manifest itself in a huge way for its ceasing to exist to cause everything to disappear. So how are you going to test this, prove this, that this is such a crucial thing for the existence of everything, that if it disappeared, everything else would just cease to exist? It must be testable. You know, because until you go out and you get that information, that verifiable, testable evidence, proclaiming that your God exists and proclaiming that your religion is true, without any of that, is just as arrogant and obnoxious as this guy is. That's how you look, Christians, to atheists. That's how Islam looks to atheists. It all looks ridiculous and stupid and unsupported. So that's my video. I said it was going to be short, so I'm going to end it. I just think Christians should look in the mirror. You know, they criticize atheists for, oh, you're so blind, you're so lost, da 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 da. No, we just are unable to believe something based on your hearsay, and that's all you provide, hearsay. Oh, it's in the book. Well, guess what? The book is hearsay. What else you got? Anyway, if you've been watching, thank you. Bye.
The answer is very simple. Islam is the truth. And Christianity and Judaism are not the truth.